I got this data set from a friend, did a research on it, and realized that somebody had already worked on it online. I practiced it and made sure to jot down the most important things. So now I'm going to try my hands on the same data set. Officially, this is my first dashboard ever. So I'll be performing data cleaning, data analysis, and data visualization. So if you stick with me to the end of this video, I'll be revealing the secrets to learning how to create dashboards faster. So let's jump into the video immediately.
Here is the data set for the richest men in the world. And there's some things I'm going to do before we jump into data cleaning. Firstly, I have to duplicate this data set in case we make any mistake. We'll be able to come back to the original one. So how do we go about it? I go down here, click on data, move or copy, click on create a copy, then I do OK. So we have data, the original one, and then we have data 2. So we're going to work on data 2. Also, I am going to paste my questions somewhere here. Now we go into data cleaning proper. Some of the data are buried, you can't see them clearly. So what we do, we are going to expand the column. And how do we go about that? We highlight here, and then we double click. We can see everything clearly. The next thing I want to look into is to check for duplicates. So how do I go about that? I will highlight here and then go to data, remove duplicates, click on it. It already checks the boxes for the headers, and then I'll go ahead to say OK. 6 duplicate values found, and it has been removed. We're going to look through the data set to see if there are other things we need to work on, like gender. Some people do not know that M is for male and F for female. So we can just help them by typing in full. So how do we go about that? We'll do Ctrl H because we already highlighted the column, and then we find M and then replace it with male, and then we replace all. Nice, you see it has been replaced. We say OK. Then next we find F. So we find F and we replace it with female, and then replace all. So like this life expectancy, I'm seeing decimal point, but I'm not seeing it here. I'm not seeing it here. So what do? I just click on it. I'll go to home and change it to number. Change it to number. So I've changed it, and then I'll make it 1 decimal place. So here we go. I can see same thing happening here. So I will highlight this and then still change it to number. Change it to number. Make it 1 decimal place. Here we go, and that's good. GDP country. I want to move the dollar sign. So how do we go about that? We do Ctrl H one more time, and then we look for the dollar, and then replace it with space because we don't want anything to be there. So we replace all. Here we go. Okay. So we expand it. Then go. I don't want this decimal point, and I don't want this sign here. So what I will do is to go to home one more time, change it to number, just as we've been doing. Change it to number, and then we click here. We remove the make it 0, and then we'll put separator as comma, and we'll say OK. So that's all. I can see birth month, I can see birthday. So I would like to get the actual age of these people instead of having it like this, but there are procedures to this. Firstly, we are going to look for the date. So we click on this P, column P, and then we insert a column, so that will help us to get the date. So we click on equal to, and then we click on date. It's asking for year, month, and day. So we have the year, comma, then we do for the month, comma, and then we do for the day, and then we enter. We expand it, then here. We'll click on this. We have everything here. Then the next thing is to look for the current date. We'll need to know how old it will be this year. So we have to create another column. So we insert, then we come here, we'll do equal to, we click on today, then we close the bracket, enter. We expand one more time, then we autofill. The last thing is to get the actual age. So we insert another column. Now how do we get the actual age? Let me tag all this so that we don't get confused. But tag this current age. So we'll look for the difference between these two. How do we go about that? We click on equal to year frac to get this. So we click on, it says start date, comma, and then end date, comma. So we want actual to actual. So that's why we're going to put 1, enter. So we have it here. It's showing this way because it's on date. So we'll change it to number. We fill it up. We make it whole numbers. So here we go. Anyone born in 1949 is 75. So I think we're done with this. Now the next thing we are going to do is descriptive statistics. You need to know what is inside your data set to identify patterns, to check for trends, correlations, relationships between variables. Sometimes you detect errors, missing values, outliers. It helps you to summarize complex data and it prepares you for your analysis. So how do we go about that? We'll go to data. We look for data analysis. You can see it right here. So we click on it. Go to descriptive statistics. It depends on what you want to do, but we're doing descriptive statistics, so click on OK. So now it's asking for the input range. Use the age. So this is the range. It has labels as first row. Okay, summary statistics. Okay, output range should be here. Okay. We have for the age, you can see the descriptive statistics. We have the mean, we have the standard error, median, mode. So if you're going to work with any of this, instead of just typing equal to average and do them individually, you have everything here to work with. So the next thing we're going to jump into is pivot table. Pivot table also helps you to analyze large data. Create a new sheet and we're going to target pivot table. You can also color this though if you want to. Let me say red. Now we have pivot table here and we have our data, the one we're working with. So now how do we get the pivot table? You can just highlight it, you go to insert, then you click on pivot table. You go to existing worksheet, you click your pivot and you pick where you want it to appear. You click OK. So here you have your pivot table and then you have all your header here. These are what you're going to work with. So we're going to look for total final word, average life expectancy, total GDP country, total population country. We go with pivot table. Our first question is what? Total final words. Pivot table. This final word. We'll move it to value. So sum of final word. We have it here already. Number. Make it 0. Okay. Okay, here we go. So it's better this way. Then we have to copy this. Copy, and then we paste it right here. So look for the second one. Instead of going back to create another pivot table. So we'll just be copying and pasting it. So the next one is average life expectancy. So we go here, remove this. So we'll look for average life expectancy. Okay, we move it down here. So not sum, we don't want sum, we're going to do average. So you click down on the drop down arrow, value field settings, pick average, and then okay. So here is the average life expectancy. You can change it to number, usual, and then we can make it a whole number. So that's it. The next thing, we copy this and we paste it again because we have more to answer. So I'm done with this first part. The next part is to answer the questions below. The first question says the total final worth by top 5 industries. So I'll show you one or two and then I'll do it myself. I will copy this and then I paste it here instead of creating another table, and I hope you understand now. So here we go. Sum of final worth by industries. So bring industries down here. So here we go, but we say top 5. So we'll click on the drop down. We'll go to value filters, top 10. So we do top 5. Then we'll say okay. So here we go for the top 5. So this answers the first question. So we'll copy this and then I'll paste it right here. And then we want to answer the next question, which says check the average life expectancy by country. I'm done with it. I'm done representing all on pivot table. So the next thing is to go into the creation of our dashboard. I've already created a sheet for it. So let's start with the first one. But before you go into dashboard, you need to create a layout for it. So how do we go about creating a layout? So let's start to create. Firstly, we remove grid lines. You go to view, then you remove grid lines. We'll look for shapes here, shapes under insert. So we'll look for any shape that you want. So I'll go with this. I don't like too much drama, so we can just work with this. Let's see. Okay, I've been able to create this layout. You can see, so I'll be fixing my visuals in them. I want to change this color. I don't want a white background. I want to use this. I'm using this orange color because I already showed this in my YouTube short. So I'm doing the exact thing I did. Then I added the shape. Yeah. In this shape. Place it here. You can copy, paste it. So it's for highlight them all. Go to shape format, align to the top, then horizontal. So it's perfect. Then we need one more for the name. So we'll type okay, here we have it. Shape no fill. I don't want shape outline, none. So what I'll do is to bold it and increase it. Okay, I think 14 is fine. Should we do black? Let's do black. Okay, so here we go. The next thing we need to do is to start creating and inputting our visuals. Let's start with the first one. We need to insert a text box. Let's see, just create a small one. Just do equal. Okay, and then we enter. So here we go. So we'll copy this again. Copy, paste, paste. So this is for this. Bring it here. Can edit it. Same thing. No fill. No outline. And just bring it here. So I'll just fast forward this and then come back. I am done transporting the first one we did here to the dashboard. So you can see I've represented them here, these KPIs. So now it's time to create the visuals. So we'll start from the first one here. We'll highlight it. Then we'll go to insert. Then we'll go for recommended chart. Okay, it's telling us to go with this clustered column. So we can go with this. Just click on OK. We'll bring it to, we can just do away with this for now. Then we'll bring this closer to the pivot. Let's just bring it closer. Now let's look through it. Okay, we have technology, just as we have it here, fashion and retail. As you can see it here, same thing. This is more like representing this table here, and that's why we always need pivot table. Okay, we just remove few buttons. Okay, then we remove, we come here to edit this quad a bit. So we remove, we add data labels, remove the grid line, we remove the legend, and then we need the chart title. You can do away with this. You can just delete it. Total. So here we go. Just bring it here. Okay, I think this is perfect. So we cut it. Then we go to our dashboard. Where do you want to place it? Let's paste it here. We'll paste it here. We'll adjust it to the size. Now you know why we had to create this layout. It makes it very easy. You can see. So there's so many things we're still going to do, but I like to do those things at the end when I'm done imputing orders. So we'll go back to the second one, which is this. Let me see. So we'll highlight. I've been able to fix every one of them. So I'll just give you a summary of what I did. I'll go to pivot table. So I represented all the tables. As you can see, all of them. I represented them as charts. So by the time you click on one, like highlighting one, just go to insert, then you go to recommended chat. So it recommends for you, then you just click OK. So that was what I did. The next thing we're going to do is to add slicers to it. Go back to pivot table. I'll highlight one of the tables and then click on slicer. Then I'm going to pick what to put in the dashboard. So I'll go with, I want year, bet year. I want, let's say, is it country? Let's do country. Okay. So I want this two. So okay. So we have two of them. So all we need to do is just to cut. Then we'll go back to the dashboard. We can just start from here. Let's create space. And paste it. So what do we need slicers for? We need a slicer to filter data. It helps us to narrow down our data. So let me edit this. Go to slicer. I want, how many columns do you want? Let's do 2. So we'll go back and import the one for the country. So we cut one more time. Then we'll go back to dashboard. You can bring this down here, and then you can just paste the other one here. Okay, let's make this 2. Go to slicer to edit it. I'll make it 2 also. So like I said, it helps us to narrow down. So we'll put it here, and then we'll put this here. You can edit your slicer. You can just change it to any color you want. Let's see, one that relates a bit. Let's see, this does this. Okay, yes it does. And then same as this. Let's, okay. So now this is, we have to connect this to the data set. What do we do? So after connecting them, this is what you get. When you click on Australia, you will notice the changes in the dashboard. They're all connected. So you can just cancel to go back. Then you can check on the bet here and changes here. Changes, they're all connected. Next now to work on is to work on the colors of the bar. I don't want it to be blue. I want it to match my color. Make sure that your colors are related. So let's start with this. I'll just go back to this and choose this. I've been able to change the color. So I'd like to remove the fill. I'll go to no fill, then go to border, no line. Same thing for all of them. So I'll just do that for every one of them. The next thing I want to do is to bold. I want to bold this. I want to bold all of them. Bold. Same thing. Okay. Home. Next is to insert a shape. Then we change the color to white as the one below, then we'll send to back. Here we go. This is more like a rough work. You can try this on your own and see how it comes out. I'll do Control A. When I do Control A, I right click. Mine doesn't have save picture, so what I do is I copy it and then I go to Microsoft Word to paste it. After pasting it here, I'll go to paste, click on paste special, save it as PNG and click OK. I'll right click and save as picture. And to take me, I can just name it. Let me name it dashboard, because we all work together. So I'll save it. So it's saved now. So I'll go back to my file, we'll go to pictures, see it here, our dashboard. So let's open it. Here is a picture. So this pictures you see on LinkedIn, this is how they get a screenshot of their dashboard.
Thank you for watching this video this far. As promised, the secret to learning this is faking it till you make it. Yes, fake it till you make it. People must have worked on it, Peter said. Don't sleep on that. Practice what they've done, redo yours, and then you start applying the things you've learned. Don't sleep on it. Don't think somebody has worked on it before. Make sure you try your hands on it. Thank you for watching this video this far. Ciao.